Hello wonderful people, I am coming to you for my first class from my new house in South Gippsland in Victoria. Very exciting. So this will be the new setup for a little while. And today I'm coming to you with a 30, possibly 40-minute bar class here. So if you've got a stool or a bench, make that handy. And if you have a Pilates ball, a small Pilates ball, grab that as well. We're going to incorporate that into the class. If you don't have a ball that's suitable, don't worry about it. You don't need it. It just adds a little bit of fun, maybe a little bit of distraction. All right, so we're going to start standing today. I'm going to pop on some music because it helps me to keep track of where we're at. If you've got your ball in your hand, pop it into your right hand, or whichever hand isn't close to the bar. And you're just going to hold it against your hip. Roll the shoulders up, back and down a couple of times. Maybe rocking on the toes, back to the heels. Maybe even going for a little circle around the ankles, rocking from one side of the feet to the other. And then just bring yourself to stillness here. We're going to reach the left arm up to the ceiling and go for a nice big side stretch. So reach to the right, let the ball, if you've got it, roll down your thigh. And then come all the way up. Just a couple more like that. Exhale, big side bend. Inhale, come up. So really just trying to send the left hip over to the left. Let the hips move. Go for one more on this side. Hold it here. And then just bring your left shoulder and kind of rotate it towards the floor. So your left hand and your right hand grab the ball. And just let yourself come forward with a round spine, letting yourself dangle towards the floor. And then slowly roll yourself up. Maybe take a nice big reach to the ceiling as you inhale. And then exhale, hands come down. Ball goes into the left hand. Reach your right arm up, inhale. Exhale, side stretch to the left. And all the way up. Inhale to reach. Exhale as you fold to the left. And up. Just a couple more like that. One more time, big stretch. Hold it there. Rotate your right shoulder down, right hand comes to the ball. And then just let yourself come back to center, dangling down. If you can, really let your head dangle, let your arms hang, let your neck get nice and loose. And then slowly round yourself up, big reach to the ceiling. Beautiful. This time, round through the elbows to bring your hands in front of you, like you're hugging an even bigger ball than the one that's in your hands. And then take a little bend in the knees. We'll round through the spine, scoop the belly, kind of reaching that rounded shape of the arms forward. And then as you come all the way up, pull the ball in towards your chest, squeeze your bum, and almost like you're trying to pull your heart to the ball. And then round through the spine, scoop the belly, push the ball away. Inhale, squeeze the bum as you come all the way up, pressing your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades. One more time, round. And arch. Let's round. And arch. Coming all the way up, rounding your arms out in front, a little softening the knees, give your butt a little squeeze, draw the belly in, and then go for a rotation to your right. So squeezing the belly, watching that your hips aren't twisting, try to keep the hips pointing forward, and then come back through center. Exhale to the left. Come back through center. One more time each way, to the right, through center, and to the left, through center. Let's straighten the knees, reach up to the ceiling. As you exhale, find chair pose. So I'll turn to show you, butt goes back, Chest comes slightly forward, but watch you're not collapsing onto your thighs. So you want that nice long diagonal through the spine. Beautiful. Squeeze the ball here in your chair. And then keep squeezing it as you reach to the ceiling. And then just let that squeeze go. And then find chair, squeeze the ball. Come all the way up. Let's go for 2 more. Down. And up. Down. And up. We're going to come down into our chair and hold. Little pulses on the ball. Little pulses in your chair. So elbows wide, belly drain in. Let's go for 4. Can you bring your weight into your heels instead of your toes? Last one. Hold it here. Let's reach all the way up. Step your right foot out, ball in right hand. Turn your toes out to your wide second position. Take a nice deep bend. Reach up, switch ball to left hand. Come all the way down. If you're going to whack into your bar, just go for a little shuffle. Shuffle to the other side. Beautiful. So just switching the ball at the top. And then plie down. Beautiful. One more time each way. Come down into your plie hold, both hands on the ball, around the arms, little pulses here. Now you don't have to come super low in your plie. Yours might be a bit further up here. Totally fine. Just checking that your knees track over your toes. And you're really squeezing your bum to help open your hips. Try not to force it just by wrenching your knees back. Make sure you're using those glutes to help open the front of the hips. All right, let's do 4, 3, 2, last one, stay low. Ball in one hand, doesn't matter which one. We're going to reach up and then take a side bend. Bend into whichever knee you're reaching away from. Come all the way up, plie down. Switch the ball, come up. Bend the knee that you're reaching away from so the opposite leg extends as you stretch. Hopefully that makes sense. Coming down, stretch the legs, bend one knee, extend the other as you take that big side bend. Beautiful, one more time each side, down. Really testing my own coordination here today. Going down. Beautiful, finding center, plie down, reach up and turn to face your bar. We're going to pop the ball under the heels. So both feet on top of your ball and hands, just shuffle myself a bit closer to my mat, there we go. Hands on your bar, whatever that might be for you today. And turn your toes out, so you've got your heels on the ball and try to squeeze your heels together, making a V shape with the feet. Spine stays nice and tall. Draw the belly and give your bum a really good squeeze here. We're going to go for a bend of the knees. Watch the knees track over the middle toes. And lift. Bend. And stretch. And of course, if you don't have the ball, you can just come into a releve, which would just be your heels together, lifted off the floor. Don't make it your highest high heels here. Just a little lifted the heels away from the floor. If you've got your ball, make sure you're pressing your heels into the ball, but they're not collapsing. So you want nice even pressure on the balls of the feet. As you come all the way up, zip up the legs, squeeze your bum, and release. Let's do 4. For 3. For 2. Last one, stay low. We're just going to pulse here just for 8. Keep squeezing your bottom, belly in. I've lost count. Let's do 2 more. And hold. Beautiful. Come all the way up. Keep your heels as they are and just press the heels down. Lift them up. Press them down. Lift them up. It's almost like you're trying to squash the air out of the ball. And you're letting the air back in. Little lower and lift. Let's do 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Beautiful. Find the press of the heels on the ball and just readjust your feet. So now that your feet are parallel, same thing, let's bend the knees. Knees are kind of together here. You can give them a bit of a squeeze together. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. As you come down into this plie, keep your heels firmly on the ball. Try not to let the heels lift as you bend the knees. So I don't want to go into a huge forced arch here. Let's go for 3, 2. We're going to stay low, tiny pulses here, just for 8. Think of plugging your thighs back into your hips, which I know sounds a little bit strange. You've got to remember that those thighs have got to be connected to your pelvis. Last 2, last 1, hold it here, straighten the knees, step off to the side of your ball if you're on it. And the ball goes in between your ankles. See if you can just lift it just off the floor. Beautiful. From here, we relevate, lift the heels. Oh, that was a little one for me. And lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Maybe reaching one arm up, then the other. Little round shape in the arms. Pretending you're a ballerina. Maybe you are, and you're probably laughing at me going, what is this woman doing? That's okay. Sometimes I wonder the same thing. All right, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold this last one here. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bum, draw your belly in, and maybe your other arm reaches both hands to the ceiling. Slowly start to lower your heels, lower your hands, give the legs a little shake. Take the ball from between your ankles. Go for a little slight turn. I'm turning to my right. Doesn't really matter which way you turn because we're going to do both sides eventually. But you're going to, whichever foot is closest to your bar is going to stay there. Your outside foot is going to reach long behind you. You're going to hold the ball in that same side hand. We're going to come into our ice skater. So you're going to lift your leg, make sure you've got space behind you. Lift your leg, squeeze your bum. Wrap that top hip open. Bend your knee and elbow together. Reach it long. Square your hips back to the floor. Tap the toes. So it's a lift, open, bend, reach, lower. Lift, open, bend, reach, and lower. Beautiful. So you can start to smooth it out. As you bend your standing leg, it tracks over your toes. Your bar is just here for a little bit of support. Let's do 3, 2. We're going to hold the length in here on 1. Lift your back leg up, tap it down. Lift it up, tap it down. Lift, lift. You've just got 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it. Tiny pulses, little squeeze of your bum. If you like, go for a little lift and lower of your arm. Make sure your standing leg is bent. 4, 3, try to bring some weight into your heel. 2, last one, hold. Come back to your ice skater, so extend the leg, open the hip, bend elbow to knee, pop the ball behind your knee, and then windmill your hand back to your bar. So both hands on your bar. Wrap that top hip down. So hopefully both hips somewhat pointing to the floor. And then pull your knee back under you. Close it to meet your opposite knee. Lift, lower, lift. So try not to wrench your thigh open. And try not to open your hips out to the side here. Try to keep both hip bones pointing down towards the floor. And just lift your thigh, squeeze your bum. Thigh lift straight out to the side. Let's do 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it, squeeze the ball, in, release, squeeze, release. You've just got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that ball, extend your leg out, find your wide second position. Beautiful. From here, pivot away from your bar. Ball can be in either hand. As you take the hands back behind you, straighten your back knee, finding an arrowhead lunge. Come all the way up, back to center. Same side. Pivot, arrowhead, lift, and plie. 2 more like that. Pivot to your arrowhead, back to plie. We're going to hold the arrowhead here. Beautiful. Reach the arms out in front of you. Grab the ball with both hands. You're going to bring that left knee or that extended leg in. Tap it in. Extend. Bring it in. Extend. A little extra for the arms. You can give the ball a little squeeze as you pull it into your chest. For 8. For 6. For 4. Last 2. Last one, we hold the lengthen. Pull the knee in, lift up into a standing balance. Ball to chest. Extend back to arrowhead. Come all the way in balance. Extend back. 2 more. In. And back. In. And back. This time bring it in and hold. Extend your lifted leg out in front. Bend it in. Extend it out. Bend it in. 2 more. Extend. And bend. Extend. And bend. This time we extend and hold. Start to take that extended leg out to the side. If you need to bend your knee, go for it. And then start to bring the chest forward as you circle your leg back. Finding a nice long lunge. Reach to the ceiling, pivot back to face center. Little pulses here. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Beautiful. Turn to face your bar. Step your back foot in. Go for that little turn the opposite direction. I am just going to take my bar the other way so I can still face you and not be rude. So turning to the other side. So the opposite foot should now be closest to the bar. Your other leg goes back. Ball in that same side hand. And then we lift the leg. Rotate the hips open. Bend elbow to knee. Extend. Rotate down. And lower. Lift. Bend. Extend. And lower. Just get that pivot or that rotation of the pelvis. Nice and strong in your standing leg. Bend, extend, lower. Make sure you're not just throwing your arm and leg around here. You can keep it quite mechanical, I guess, on the count before you smooth it out so you can really feel each part of the movement. And then once you've got that, you can start to make it a little smoother, like you're that ice skater in the Olympics. Let's do 2 more. Last one. You're going to take it long and hold. Make sure your hip is turned down towards the floor. We lift that back leg, squeeze the bum, tap the toes, lift and tap. Keep your standing leg soft. Lift, lower. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. A little pulse of that leg. Squeeze your butt to lift. Maybe a little lift and lower of your extended arm. For 4, 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful. Open the hip, elbow to knee, pop the ball behind the knee. Windmill your hand back to your bar. Close your hips down and pull your knee underneath your hip so it meets your standing leg. You can turn back facing your bar if that feels better for you. And you're going to open that leg out to the side, close it down. Open out, close it down. So even though we've got our bar here, using it as a support, watch you're not kind of collapsing into it. Lift yourself away. Keep your standing knee soft. Bring a little bit of weight back into that standing leg. I know it's a little bit of a burn. Let's do 3. Last 2. We're going to hold it here on 1. Squeeze the ball, release it. Squeeze it, release it. Just for 4. 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful. Start to turn around, take that ball out, step your foot back, open to your wide second position, turn the opposite way to find your arrowhead, sweep the arms back, lift up, plie through center. So pivoting to the same side to find arrowhead, lift up, find center. 2 more like that. Turn, reach, up, plie. 1 more time, all the way forward and up, back through center. This time pivot to arrowhead and hold. Reach your arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades. And then reach the arms in front, both hands hold the ball. Tap that back leg, bring it in, extend. Bend it in, extend. Keep drawing the belly in so that the lower back doesn't move too much. Really drawing belly button to spine, feeling that length through the whole torso. Nice. 4, 3, 2. Next time the knee comes in, lift it up. Extend back to arrowhead. Lift it up. Take it back. Just for 4. 3, 2. Last one. Let's bring the knee in and hold. Woo. Start to extend that front leg out. Bend it in. Extend it out. Bend it in. 2 more. Extend. And bend. Really squeeze your quad. Extend. And bend. A little bit of balance as we extend. Start to take your leg out to the side. Don't worry if it drops down, it's fine. And then start to send your top half of the body forward. Gotta find my words. Land that back leg. Lift up to find your plie in your second position. Little pulses down. Maybe a little squeeze of the ball. Just for 5. For 4. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Turning back to your bar. You pop it out of the way. Take a nice big reach to the ceiling, holding your ball. Go with a flat back to start with. Scoop the belly as you come forward with the upper body. Once you're parallel-ish to the floor, start to round the spine, scooping the belly, letting your hands come down to the floor. And roll up through the spine. Reach to the ceiling as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward, draw the belly in. Round through the spine, let the arms dangle. Start to round yourself up. Beautiful. This time, we round through the spine, scoop the belly, round through the upper back, middle back, and lower back as you dive forward. Start to roll the ball out until you can feel your spine lengthen nice and long. Picking up the ball. Keep the spine long as you lift all the way up. Keep drawing the belly in. A little softening the knees is good. Reach to the ceiling. 1 more time like that. So we roll down, tuck the chin, round the upper back, middle back, lower back, rolling all the way down till your ball touches the floor of your hands. walking the hands out or rolling the ball away until you feel your spine extend nice and long. Little softening the knees as you start to lift. Draw the belly in, coming all the way up to stand. Making sure you're right at the back of your mat here. We're going to roll down through the spine one more time, tucking the chin, scooping the belly. Once your hands on the ball meet the floor, start to roll the ball away until you find that nice long spine. And then start to bring your weight into the ball. So bring your heels of your hands onto the ball, bring your weight forward. Start to bend your knees, finding yourself in a 4-point kneeling position on the floor. Sorry, I keep turning around, this way's better. All right, so from here, let's bring our left hand onto the ball, right hand onto the floor. Extend your left leg long behind you. Point the toes, squeeze your butt to lift. Round through the spine, pull your knee in. Extend it back. Round and reach. Just for 2. Last one. Extend and hold. Lower the toes down. Swivel your right foot around. Left leg extends long. And you should have faced the other way. Reach to the ceiling, it's all good. Reach to the ceiling. Left hand comes down onto your left leg. Right arm reaches to the ceiling. Big inhale as you stretch. Then as you exhale, roll the ball away, reaching your right arm towards your left side. And then slowly coming all the way up. Windmill your right hand down to the floor. Left hand holding the ball comes behind your head. Press your head into the ball, or your hand if you don't have a ball. And then open your chest, wrapping your left armpit towards the ceiling. Then exhale, rotate it under like you're trying to pull your elbow to your opposite armpit. Lift and open. And close. One more time, open. And close. Come all the way up, reaching that hand to the ceiling. Windmill your hand back to the floor. Find 4-point kneeling. With your left hand on top of the ball, palm faces up. Exhale to roll the ball as you thread your needle. Inhale, come back to center. 2 more like that. Thread the needle, roll it under. And lift. 1 more time, roll. And come back. Beautiful. Switching over, ball goes under the right hand. The right leg extends long back behind you. Squeeze your butt to lift your leg up. Draw belly in. And then round through the spine. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Let's go for 3. For 2. Last one. Beautiful, lower that leg down. Twizzle your left leg around. Right arm reaches to the ceiling and then lift yourself up. Left arm reaches up as the right hand comes to the right thigh. And then exhale, just take that side bend to the right. Opening the left side body. Take 1 more breath. And then inhale to come up. Windmill your left hand back to the floor. Right hand comes behind the head. Elbow to ceiling. Inhale to wrap your chest open. Exhale, rotate it under. So you're just thinking of wrapping your right elbow towards your left armpit. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way up. Extend your right arm. Windmill your hand back to the floor. Bring your right knee underneath your hip. Right hand comes on top of the ball, palm facing up. And then as you exhale, roll the ball underneath your left arm. Inhale, come back to center. 3 more like that. Exhale to roll it, thread it through. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Take the ball out in front of you. Just finding a little release for the shoulders. Bum back to heels, nice and heavy. And then slowly roll yourself up. Last little bit of work here, we're bringing the ball in between the ankles or just at the bottom of the shins, not too low. Hands come underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes, draw the belly in. Give the ball a gentle squeeze between the ankles. Hover your knees on the exhale. Drop the knees on the inhale. Push the floor away, try to separate your shoulders. Keep drawing the belly in. Let's go for 4, 3, for 2. Hold the lift on 1. Lift your hips high to find a down dog. You might want to wiggle your feet back a little bit further towards the back of your mat. Lift your hips high, tilt that tailbone to the ceiling. Draw your belly in. On your inhale, ripple forward to find your plank. Shoulders over wrists, squeeze your belly. Squeeze your bum. Exhale, lift your hips high. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, shift the hips high. 1 more, ripple forward. Send the hips high. This time as you come forward to plank, hold. You're going to slide your right toes up your left leg towards your knee. And then roll the ball if you've got it back as you return your right foot. And lift your hips. Ripple forward plank. Left knee bends, toes roll up the right leg. Extend back, replace the foot. Lift hips. Ripple forward. Right toes, roll up the leg. And back to down dog. 1 more time, ripple forward. Left toes up the right leg. Back to the floor. Find your down dog. Slowly lift your heels, bend your knees. Send your bum back to your heels. Allowing yourself to rest here in child's pose. Slowly round yourself up. You can pop the ball out of the way. And sitting onto your bottom, let's take the feet about as wide as your mat and just behind the hips. And just let your knees sway from side to side. Just letting those hips, thighs, just be nice and loose. And then coming back to center. Extend your left leg long. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your right toes back towards your right knee. And then maybe using your hands, start to bend your left knee, planting the foot. Now it might be a little bit, it might be a lot. Try not to sink back and tuck your tailbone. Try to lengthen through your spine. So you can even use your hands as a little kickstand. Keep flexing the right foot. Open through your right hip. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Opening the collarbones. Taking 1 more breath. And then slowly start to extend your left leg long. Bring your right foot all the way across over to the other side of your left leg. If you are pregnant, you can go for an open twist. So right elbow comes inside the right knee. Left hand works as a little kickstand behind you. Even if you're not pregnant, you can do this twist. But if you are not pregnant, you can also take the closed twist. So right hand comes behind, left arm reaching up to the ceiling, and as you rotate, left elbow hooks around the right thigh. In either case, keep lifting up out of the sit bones, out of the lower back. Taking one more breath. And slowly come back to center. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh, making sure that your right knee is somewhat on your mat. Right hand comes behind you. Left arm sweeps up. Press into your right hand as you lift your hips. Coming into stargazer. Taking one more breath, really squeezing the bum to get these hips nice and open. And then slowly releasing down. Beautiful, let's take it to the other side. So right leg extends long, left foot crossing over your right thigh. Flex your left toes back towards your left knee. And then start to bend your right knee, planting the foot. Use your hands as a little kickstand to help you lift out of your lower back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feel those collarbones nice and broad. Important to flex the lifted toes so that you're not twisting into your bent knee or your lifted knee. And of course, if you're pregnant, you can make this less close to the body. Do what you need to do to make space for that growing baby. Take one more breath. And then slowly extend your right leg long. Your left foot can come across to the other side of your right leg. If it feels better, just keep your foot on the inside of the thigh, that's also fine. So either closed twist for everybody, left hand comes behind, right elbow hooks over the left thigh, or open twist, also an option. But the rule really for anyone carrying a baby, opening the collarbones, squeezing shoulder blades. One more breath in and out. Coming all the way back, bringing your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Just turning, make sure your knee is on your mat. Left hand behind you as you sweep your right arm up. Finding your stargazer, squeezing your bum to open the hips one last time. And then slowly releasing down. It might feel nice here to take the legs wide. Sit up nice and tall and just walk the hands forward a little, just to stretch out the backs of the legs, flexing the toes back just gently towards the knees. Letting the belly just hang here. Maybe letting your head hang. Taking one more breath in. And out. Walk the hands back through center. And we're all done. If you feel like you need to do any more stretching, please feel free to do that. It's your time. Thank you so much for joining me for this first class from my new home. And I will be coming to you very soon again with some more classes for our on-demand library. So I'll see you then.